Bchiri, the man behind XRPL Commons, right?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Leandro. Thank you for showing up today, being with us.
Oh, it's a great pleasure. So thank you for setting this up. It's already 3 years in the making, right? You started XRPL Commons 3 years ago.
Absolutely. We founded XRPL Commons in April 2023. So we've completed a full cycle of 3 years, entering now the fourth. Always in Paris, but expanding.
I see.
And growing.
Well, the first question that comes to mind, if you don't mind, and that my audience will be very interested in knowing, why Paris? Not for the croissant only, I guess. Right?
Well, I was born and raised in France, but at the time I had just come back from San Francisco, where I spent a few years, and people tend to forget. But in 2022, when I started fantasizing about this project, there was no really regulation framework in the US, and a lot of the SEC was going after Ripple. A lot of the entrepreneurs were leaving the US in the crypto space, in the blockchain space, and France was offering a very promising framework, and they were giving a clear commitment to clarity. So MiCA was not yet passed, but there was already some working groups and a clear goodwill from the power in place to define clarity for blockchain projects.
Okay.
So I figured, if I'm going to enable builders in this space, I'd better do it somewhere where there's a regulation framework that is more or less clear or in the making of being clear.
Okay, right. So let's remember in one sentence the mission of XRPL Commons. You did it 1,000 times, but I wanted to listen from you.
It's a very easy to understand mission. Our mission is to create favorable conditions for builders to enter the XRPL ecosystem and thrive in this ecosystem. What does that mean? Favorable conditions. Either you're an entrepreneur, and so you find all the tools and the resources you need to build in the ecosystem and sustain long term. And when I say sustain, I mean finding your market, finding your customers. So create a company that will create in return, that will create value and jobs.
Correct.
And so for developers, what it means to have favorable conditions, it means to have job offers and a career path that can lead them to work multi-year in the ecosystem. So defining or designing the conditions of success is like a multi-layer approach to it. It's not like one thing that we need to do. It's multiple things.
Yeah.
Training the talents, offering them careers in the ecosystem, and to get the careers, we need to have companies, entities, small, medium, or large, that are offering these jobs. So working on all sides at the same time.
Right. So you are also facilitating the meeting point between customers, right, and builders of solutions, right?
We're trying to be at the crossroad and create a stage for the builders to come and advertise for their products. They're not going to find their market overnight, so we need to shed light on the project, help them find what the users really need. It's not just what they want, because if you have asked them what they want double-digit yield, what they actually need might be something different. So we're trying to connect our developers with entrepreneurs who need developers. We're trying to connect the builders, the developers. We're trying to connect the entrepreneurs, the founders, with their market.
With the market.
And so, being sort of this invisible hand that connects opportunities with people where they are.
Absolutely. You have shared in your deck some impressive numbers. Maybe, I don't remember, but like 90 projects, or can you maybe go through some key numbers?
We incubated here 93 projects, 93 people. Some people decided to join.
Okay.
And so some people work together as duo or trios on projects. So we have a little less than 90 projects incubated here, but it's in that range. 93 people came through the aquarium. We've engaged, I would say, in different ways with more than 12,000 people over the last 3 years. Some of them came here for trainings, some of them came for incubation, some of them came for events just to learn about the space or engage in a number of different programs. But 12,000. This is more or less how many people we are in touch with in a very organic way. We didn't buy this database, or we didn't engage in marketing. It's really us going after people, or people coming to us. So yeah, 3 years. It's been enough work.
It's already a measurable target achieved. So congratulations for that. Congratulations for, well, we have a couple of birthdays now, right? So the XRPL, right? 14 years. We have the 3 years of Commons. And tell me one thing. How do you feel now when you feel the vibe of this place filled with developers, builders? How do you feel personally? Where are we in this curve of education, of market development, technology maturing? Where are we in your words?
So today it's a bit special. We are hosting a 2-day event for researchers. So it's really the forefront of the forefront. People who are defining the future of blockchain, the future of XRP Ledger. So you see the room is full. The conversations are vibrant. Also because they don't really align with the state of the market. The market right now is not looking so good, but the builders are heads down, working on their next project. This is where you see the people who are in it for the long run. They're just committed to their mission.
Yes,
so some of the builders we have here, they've been working on XRP Ledger for already like few years. They're experts in that field. You don't really see them because they're still at the very theoretical level, and we're trying to get them moving to the more empirical level where they put in practice what they've been researching. So I have a really good example with Walter from UK, from UCL in London. He started working with us like 3 years ago. He went through trainings, then he went through
a full circle.
He went through an incubation process. He defended his thesis a few months ago. Now he's like a doctorate, and he's a doctor, and he's now building a startup. He told me, like, I need to tell you about the startup we're building, and so he's putting in practice what is developed as a researcher, which is exactly the playbook we have. How do we get them to move their very advanced research into products?
You are a value creation facilitator to the ecosystem, basically, and it's like a compounding effect. I would say that. So you're taking care of a part of the job that someone needs to do. So I want to congratulate because the endeavor it's very wide. You need to touch many things from the full cycle of value, right? So it must not be easy. It requires to keep focus, I guess, right?
It is. I would say we have to keep
vision, right?
Exactly. We have to keep our eyes on the prize. The prize is the long-term adoption of the XRPL. So I'm not really interested in the short-term cycles.
Definitely, sure.
It's the conversations. To bring a new entity and using the XRP Ledger in their stack. It's not a one-shot conversation. It's like month and month of a conversation, and going through the whole organization. From finance to legal to technical before you even start a project. And when you start the project, it's another 3 to 6 months.
Correct.
So. We've been doing that 3 years, and I only see green flags. It's more and more. And as you say, there is a compounding effect. Like the more people we engage, the more people we educate, then the more people we can work with later on when the projects come to fruition. So it's a lot of work. To be honest, we have a team of 20 people. They're all working really hard. It's a lot of conversations, to engage in different conversations. You can never be tired in this ecosystem. You always have to be, personable and outgoing, because you need to understand what people are worried about, what they need, what their products is, where the market is going, and try to fill the gap.
I see.
And sometimes, because you've had so many conversations, you understand that, okay, there's an institution here that is looking for a solution. There's a builder here that is capable of building the solution. Let's match them together. Let's have a conversation. And then, 3, 6, 12 months later, you come with a product. You come up with a product. That's where we see the wins. But it's a long-term process.
It is. But basically, you have a billboard here saying "Building the Future." It's something that many companies use it. We have heard it many times. But I have the feeling that when you read this sentence here, it has another flavor because the reach of this technology it's quite underrated and underestimated nowadays.
I'm definitely convinced. This is why I moved into blockchain and decided to make blockchain the center of my career for the next 5-10 years. I don't know, maybe more. But what I realized was the blockchain was underused. It was not fulfilling its full potential because people did not understand what it could bring.
Correct.
So you see only the tip of the iceberg when you talk about the crypto ecosystem. You don't see all the depth of what it can really achieve. So that's the mission. It's a long-term mission. As I often say, it took 70 years for AI to go from a concept, a research paper, to the products we're using today. And blockchain is only 15, maybe 16-year-old.
It's still a short time.
It's
for
a very short
of
cycle of adoption. So it will go on and on. And in the meantime, we see the rise of great companies.
Yeah.
But I see another 10 years where we're going to be working hard and we're going to be helping the builders to get together, get closer to the users, and launch products.
Excellent. So thank you very much. I wish you a ton of success for the rest of the event. Maybe we will have a chat at the end of the event.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a 2-day event. So tomorrow we can have another conversation.
Yeah,
but I'm very, very, very thrilled for having you. Thank you.
Thank you.